fellow RVer, fellow supporter of RVing at the racetracks and bringing some cool things into the 2025 season for all of the NASCAR fans. The Vice President of Campers Inn RV, Mr. Larry Peter, joining us. Larry, Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas, Angie and Mike. Thanks for having me today.
Well, so I'm just gonna be honest with you. I totally stalked you earlier this year because when I got to Daytona, I saw all these Campers Inn RV, and I'm like, what's going on? All these people are in all these new buses this year. Like Childress is bragging about his RV and Colleague Racing Team, and I'm like, okay, listen, this is my turf. I am the RVer of NASCAR. Skinner and I are the official RVers. Why don't we know this dude? And we introduced ourselves, and you were like, hey, let's get together. I'm like, okay.
Childress couldn't wait to show me his new cornerstone.
Yeah.
We
So
went over there and had a glass of wine and a pork rind.
We're happy to have you in our little NASCAR family now.
Yeah, we're glad to be a part of it. And just for the record, Angie, I thought Bublé was water, but apparently that's music. But not really sure. We buy that in my household here. But no, listen, we're great. We're very grateful for the partnerships and everything we've been able to secure in NASCAR. Getting to meet all the great, legends of the sport and all the iconic names. Mike Skinner's at the top of that list in our world, and we appreciate all the partnership, everything you guys have done to help us out.
Well, it was kind of cool that you guys saw an opportunity and you did something really creative, because we had other RVing companies that came in and did a lot of marketing in the sport, but it felt like it was just a branding thing. And you had an idea of like, okay, yeah, we need the branding, but you kind of came in with like actual assistance for the RVers at the track. So I'm going to let you kind of go into that approach that you guys took and why you think it's been successful.
Yeah, our business model always from the start has been through the service side of it. We wanted to earn our way into not only the sport but the garage through our reputation on the service side. There's a lot of different ways to eat a pie, and we didn't want to do it through the sales side. That seems to be the easiest way to do it. We wanted to earn it through the hard way, and that's service. Anybody who owns an RV knows even the most high-quality RVs have a tendency to have failures and parts failures, and they never seem to happen at the most perfect timing, right? So we wanted to be at the track to make sure, not only people inside the garage were comfortable for the weekend of work, as well as all the fans and the patrons that are there trying to enjoy their weekend to make sure they get to keep on camping and keep on enjoying the races. So service is really the way we kind of earned our way in.
Well, I will say this, and we purchased an Integra Cornerstone about a year ago, actually, and we'd been in other manufacturers for years and years and years, and I will say this: the buying experience was amazing. The service experience, not so much.
It wasn't Campers Inn RV. We're swapping.
And I will just say this: your approach will pay dividends. It's just, the service is where it's at. And when you can call somebody and actually get somebody to answer their phone or call you back within a day instead of a month, it's amazing. I just think that what you're doing is really good. Our sport, as you have been smart enough to notice, has a lot of people camping every weekend at NASCAR tracks. So it's spot on what you're doing.
Yeah, Mike, in the end, all the retailers out there buy and can sell them for the same price. That's really not the hardest way to do this. What's very hard in any retailer's heart is the repeat and referral business. And we do that one way, and that's how we maintain our client satisfaction after the sale. It's almost vitally important for us to make sure that the service side, the communication is flawless, because let's be honest, they are going to break. Anybody who tells you their RV will never break or tries to sell you an RV that'll never break is lying, right?
Yeah.
So, we're very proud of our reputation. We're very proud of the hard work that, Roger Cunningham and Karen Cunningham, who lead our mobile service division, do on a week in, week out basis. They're our version of the NASCAR Traveling Carnival. and we're very happy to have them on board and leading a great group of technicians that are, not only, let's say, travel trailer and fifth wheel trained, but they're also luxury RV trained as well.
So here's the cool announcement. I know last year you guys were at a fair amount of races, but in 2025, you've negotiated a deal where you will be at 18 total tracks in 2025?
Yeah, we'll be at a total of 18 different tracks, 26 different weekends. We're also going to sprinkle in some motocross stuff to support our cousins, on the other side of racing in the dirt. So yeah, we're going to be hot and heavy on the road next year, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And if you're like a camper, which there's a ton of them listening, I guarantee right now, probably driving their RVs, and you want to find out if Campers Inn RV is going to be at the track that you just bought tickets to, or you bought your camping, how would they know how to get a hold of you guys and to try to schedule service?
So if they go to our website, campersinn.com, there is a mobile service tab on the website. They can go on there and click service. There's a drop down that will list all of the tracks and the dates we will be there. That's one way. The second way is the track presidents and the racetracks themselves will be sending out know before you go emails. Inside those know before you go emails will be our link embedded where you can go ahead and schedule your service ahead of time. That's one thing I did want to try to get out here is we don't just want to fix what breaks. If you have any scheduled maintenance or any items that you would like repaired while you're at the track using it, if you go ahead and schedule an appointment ahead of time, we can get the right parts ordered and travel with the right accessories so that when we get to the track, we can take care of your maintenance needs as well.
So one of the things that I've always struggled with is communication. And communication with a service provider is key. I mean, so if you have a problem, we'll just pull something out of the air. Say your aqua hot's messed up or something, or it's acting up. So is there a way for customers to communicate with somebody and tell them, this is the model number, this is what my coach is, this is what's going on, so you guys have the opportunity to have the parts on hand to repair something like that once you get to the racetrack?
Yeah, Mike, great question. And yeah, the way we figured that out is through the links that come via email or on our website. When you schedule an appointment, part of that scheduling process is telling us exactly what your unit is. You can provide a picture, and you can also tell us, a brief description of what's wrong. We then, at that point, have a call center of people that will call you directly, Mike, in your example, and say, hey, we got your email about your AquaHot system. Let's talk more about it. That way we can go ahead and get the right model serial number identified, and we can make sure that when we arrive to any of the tracks out there or the specific track that you're going to be at, we do have the right parts, so we're not going back and forth. So we're really proud of that communication. It's not just an email that's lost and hopefully you show up in Atlanta and we're there. No, we're going to let you know we're there. We're going to get the exact parts for you and schedule an exact time of when we're going to be to your coach for repairs.
And that's the thing that's such a blessing because, a lot of these folks that buy RV packages at the tracks, they're not cheap. It's a big investment for a lot of folks. It's their vacation. And the last thing you want to do is be stuck in a service center someplace. So the fact that Campers Inn can come in and actually work on your RV while you're at the racetrack enjoying the race, and you have that peace of mind knowing that if something needs service or something needs repaired, you can get that done. You don't have to, plan an extra day away from the track. You can do it right there at the track. I think it's brilliant, and I'm just so glad that you guys are coming on board.
It's also something that Larry touched on earlier in the conversation, and we are living proof. I've been RVing since the 70s, and it doesn't matter if you spend $2.5 million for your RV or if you spend $200,000 for your RV. There's going to be things that goes on with them, so they need service. And this is just so awesome that you guys are doing this.
Yeah, and glad that NASCAR and the racetracks are allowing you guys to do it. That's the other big kicker right there, that they're open to do something nice for the fans that are spending so much money to enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, we've had to deal with as you guys know, there's a couple of different companies and corporations inside NASCAR, and they've all been very welcoming with open arms to bring in a reputable, licensed, and warranted company to provide mobile service because it's definitely a value add to the client, right? You don't want
Yes.
to arrive to Wednesday at Talladega. You're excited for 5 days of extracurricular activities with some races thrown in there here and there, and your air conditioning's out, right?
Yeah.
Or you get to Atlanta and your furnace is out. It's cold the second week of the year, and you're freezing, so you decide to go home. Like, we want to keep you camping. Our slogan is "It's what we do." We want to keep you camping because really that's what you do, right? So we want to make sure your weekend is seamless and you can enjoy the NASCAR the way that we do because we're fans as well.
So, okay, and being fans, you guys also support drivers, and you guys do a little branding with some of the drivers and the teams in the garage. So now I'm gonna put you up to the challenge. I mean, we know that you're supplying RVs for like Richard Childress and then AJ Allmendinger, Chris Rice. I know there's some more guys that you guys are doing some things with, but who's the most complicated? I mean, rat somebody out, like, or no, or maybe not complicated. Who's the one that's the pickiest that we would not think is the interior decorator?
Well, we all know that Mr. Rice is pretty bougie. So
Yeah. I was hoping you'd go there.
I would have guessed that.
I would say that of all of our drivers, Richard honestly was probably the easiest one to deal with. And he's not even a driver, the owner, right?
Yep.
Matt was pretty good. Chris, Chris, I love him to death. Great partner of ours. But all of our other drivers in the garage, from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to Josh Berry to all these other ambassadors that we have, they've all been very fun to work with, and they're amazed at the luxury lineup of coaches that you get from an Integra or a Newmar or a Tiffin, coming out of the atmosphere of Newell, Prevost, Marathon, so on and so forth. But yeah, to answer your question, Angie, I know Chris is probably going to hate me, but he's the bougie one, right? So he's the one that you got to, make sure he's taken care of.
And talking about what you just said, that people are shocked about the luxury and the quality of how a lot of these RV companies are, coming up with. Because here's the deal. In the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, if you were a NASCAR driver or Cup owner, you were either in a Newell or a Prevost. You were in one of those.
We were so spoiled.
Well, yes. And so you just kind of got used to those types of buses. And Mike and I, when he retired, actually started RVing for fun and still for work as well. Mm-hmm. And then we got involved with Mountain Falls up in the mountains and really got ingrained in the RVing community and we love it. We're addicted to it. And so we had an opportunity last year to, do something a little different. And I told Mike, I'm like, hey, listen, I don't want to spend $2 million anymore on a motorhome. I just don't think we need to do that. And we accidentally found this Integra. And I ran into Chris Rice at Martinsville, and I wanted to see his bus because I want to see how bougie, if it was bougier than mine. And so I walked in, and he goes,
"Of course, Angie's is tricked out. You know that." Right?
but I said, but the first thing Chris said was, "Well, I know you probably don't like yours." And I'm like, Chris, I love my Integra. Like, I'm not just telling you this. Like, I absolutely
I do too. I
love it.
thing.
I said it has a freaking walk-in closet. It has, movie chairs that are so comfortable. Big shower, big bathroom. I'm like, I actually like it better than what we had prior. And I'm like, and I'm not making this up. And he couldn't believe me. But I think that's what's happening. I feel like I'm starting to see a lot of car owners and drivers kind of, probably a lot of because of you guys coming in and offering service at the tracks, because that's big for drivers and teams because they're there every single weekend. But they're starting to get more invested in, like you said, the Integras, the Tiffins, and the different, some different RVs. They're making comebacks in the garage.
Yeah, the big joke forever, Angie, has been there's only so many ways to go in and turn left, right? They're only 45 feet. There's only so much creativity that can go into that coach. And what's really happened is this transformation in the luxury side of the world between Integra and Newmar and really Tiffin to really raise the bar to, probably close in the gap of what used to be offered in a Prevost or Newell as an over-the-road bus. So, yeah, we're very happy to be partnered with all of them. We represent all those brands in the garage. We have multiple different teams and drivers and crew chiefs and officials that are all in those kind of luxury buses. And that's what we like to see. And we will be there when they need us on the service side.
You said there's only so many ways that you can turn left. I mean, they're 45 feet long, but, I'm just going to brag about my coach just a minute. I mean, I have rear tag steers, so I can turn left a little bit sharper than a lot of those guys can.
Here we go.
And I can park easier than a lot of them can.
Yeah, that's a great point, Mike. Not that you didn't have superior driving skills before, but that definitely is going to help. I would agree.
Yeah, it definitely enhanced my lack of ability to drive.
All I'm going to say is, Larry, that just have whatever Integra we're in 2025. Just have a extra tire on the on the old mobile service team.
Right front.
He's been known to blow right front.
No matter what I drive.
Yeah, so
I can blow the right front on the golf cart when we're playing golf.
So just have one ready. I'm putting in that request right now.
And I don't even go fast.
We'll go ahead and have a right front put in one of the huge pass through storages on the Integra.
There you go.
Not for if, but when.
Yes, yeah.
No,
there you
don't
go.
say that. That's scarier than hell.
Oh, it is scary, but it happens.
I'm sure it is.
Woo, it is. Well, good. Well, we appreciate everything you're doing. I might have to add one more track to your 2025 because Skinner and I have to go back to Crandon, and I have promised all the MAV TV and the Toyota execs that I might have to rely on Campers Inn in Wisconsin to help out with our Angie's Glamp Ground.
There's a
at Crandon.
ton of campers.
So
there too.
yeah, so we might have to add one more to your schedule if you don't mind.
Well, look, we're not opposed to saying no to anything at this point. We went from basically 10 events up to 28 and growing. So we're very thankful for the opportunity and that our reputation precedes us and that it's allowing us opportunities, like you said. If it's an open weekend, Angie, we'll figure it out.
I love it. Well, I'll be sending you an email after Christmas to try to put my request in for that and that right front tire. So just FYI, we'll see you at Daytona. I think you guys will kick off the season at Daytona.
Yeah, we'll be down at Daytona. Probably get in there for the Twins on Thursday. Going to meet with Chip and the team down Daytona here in the next couple weeks to firm up some stuff with those guys. And then it's off to Atlanta and Coda and let's let it begin and on to Phoenix as well. So it's going to be a great run for us right off the gate. And we look forward to seeing you guys as well. We'll definitely see you in Daytona. We'll see you at the big RV show here in Tampa, too, coming up.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
So, again, Mike, Angie, thanks for having me on. We appreciate you guys more than we can tell you. I know Integra loves you guys. It's been a great little ride, and we're excited about 25, 26, and beyond. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you guys all very soon.
Thank you so much, Larry. And again, it's campersinn.com. Go to that mobile service tab and then check, and you'll see a drop-down list of all the tracks that they'll be at in 2025, and you can get some service or some anything done, in advance, kind of plan in advance. Or if you're there, you can we'll help you flag Larry down if something happens on the way to the track. There you go. But thanks again to Larry Peter. Merry Christmas and campersinn.com.